I feel like I haven't embarrassed myself enough on this channel. So here's a video about some of the most embarrassing moments from my life. Okay, maybe they're not super embarrassing, but I'm not about to sell out my dignity for some internet points. So let's just get started. When I was in middle school, I had horrible acne problems. Though I wasn't insecure about it because even at that age, I knew this was a natural part of puberty, and obviously I wasn't the only person with acne problems. It was middle school after all. So there's nothing for me to be ashamed of. Until one day when I woke up and saw a huge red pimple at the end of my nose. Ah, frick. Now my classmates have something new to make fun of me for. I thought I might as well just go to school wearing a pointy hat and a robe because at the very least I could tell people that I have Halloween in my soul. But my country doesn't celebrate Halloween and I don't even think this story happened in October. So my only option was to get rid of the pimple as fast as possible, and in the meantime I had to find ways to cover my nose when I'm around other people. Unfortunately, as time went by, instead of shrinking, the pimple started to get itchy and I wasn't allowed to scratch it. But one day in the middle of school, it got so itchy I couldn't take it anymore, so I was like, it wouldn't hurt to scratch it just a little bit, right? Yeah, the pimple ended up popping because I scratched it a little bit too hard and it started bleeding everywhere. I immediately got up and excused myself to the bathroom, all while covering my nose, and by the time I got back to class, it was already recess, and a few kids come up to me and were like, "Hey, did you got a nosebleed?" That question caught me a little bit off guard, so I just went, until one of them said, "Well, duh, look at their nose, it's all red." Huh, you're right. How did you even get a nosebleed randomly? I don't know. Well, alright then. See you later. I know at the beginning I said that having acne and pimples as a teenager is totally normal and nothing to be ashamed of, but at that moment, I was really embarrassed. That pimple made me look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I'm already not doing too well on the social ladder, so if I had to lie to prevent myself from going any lower, then dang it, I'm gonna lie. So this one time, me and my older sister Rebecca went to a Japanese restaurant. We got seated and I ordered an iced tea. I don't remember what else we ordered, but the iced tea is the only one important to the story. Fast forward a couple of minutes, our waitress came with our drinks. And it's important to know that this is one of those restaurants where they serve your drinks with the syrup on the side for you to pour it yourself to adjust the sweetness level on your own. Anyway, while I was in the middle of pouring the syrup into my iced tea, our waitress came rushing back to our table and said, Miss, that's not syrup." Huh? What you're pouring to the tea is not syrup. It's soy sauce. Okay, so when the waitress was serving our drinks, she also brought other stuff with her, like utensils, napkins, condiments, etc. And among those extra things, she also gave us a ceramic cup filled with syrup and a metal cup filled with soy sauce. Guess which one I grabbed and poured into my tea? It took a while before I realized my mistake, but when it finally sinks in, I looked at Rebecca and she was sitting there with a look that says, "You're a freaking idiot and I can't believe I'm related to you." And the worst part, we were the only ones in that restaurant, so the other waiters and waitresses saw me pouring soy sauce into my tea and was quietly laughing at my stupidity. I was so embarrassed, but they gave me a new iced tea for free, so that was nice, but I could never return to that restaurant. This next story happened just last year. I was with my mom, my stepdad, and my stepsister Jen, and we were on vacation. We rented a car so we can go sightseeing around the city, and one day during the trip, we stopped at a restaurant. After we finished eating, we headed back to the parking lot to get to the car. Me and Jen were a couple meters behind our parents, and we were busy chatting, not really paying attention to our surroundings until we were about to get inside the car. Hey, what the... Why is it still locked? Jen, is the door on your side opening? No. What the frick? What's wrong with this car? We tried opening the door a couple more times until we heard someone calling us. Hey. Hey kids. Up here. Yeah, so I think you guys got the wrong car. Your parents are over there. We looked to where the guy was pointing, and sure enough, our parents were looking at us from a distance, trying to get inside the wrong car, and when the realization hits, that's when the embarrassment sinks in. We really just tried to get inside a stranger's car like GTA characters, aren't we? Jen and I proceed to walk the walk of shame while other people were laughing at us. Our parents, the guys on the balcony, and even the damn parking guy was laughing. I awkwardly lift up my hoodie as if it'll save me from the sheer embarrassment of the situation and walk faster to the correct car. But as we got inside, our parents were still laughing their asses off at our mistake. Would you guys please just knock it off? And of course, there's also smaller but equally embarrassing moments in my life. Like the time I tug on a random lady's shirt at the mall when I was 6 because I thought she was my mom. The times I showed up to school wearing the wrong uniform. That one time I wore my shirt inside out and didn't realize until I was already out in public. The time I sing an inappropriate song not realizing my teacher was behind me. The time I confidently shout the wrong answer during class. The countless times I tried to be social and crack a joke only for people to be weirded out. And the fact I thought it would be a good idea to make a video about some of the most embarrassing moments in my life and upload it to the internet for everyone to see. Okay, video's over, bye.